Namaskar and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika. Let's quickly begin. In a big announcement, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that the laws will be repealed in the upcoming winter session of Parliament. He appealed to protesting farmers to call off their agitation and return to their homes. Prime Minister said whatever he did for farmers. The Prime Minister said the goal of 3 farm laws was to empower farmers, especially the small farmers. Prime Minister Modi said with the blessings of people, he never left out anything in his hard work. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also announced the formation of a committee to promote zero budgeting based agriculture, to change crop patterns as per the changing needs of the country and to make MSP more effective and transparent. During his address, Prime Minister Modi said the agriculture budget has risen by 5 times and over 1.25 lakh crore rupees being annually spent. The Prime Minister said he has experienced difficulties and challenges of farmers from very close quarters in his 5 decades of public life. Union Home Minister Amrit Shah has said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's announcement relating to the farm laws is a welcome and statesmanlike move. He said the government of India will keep serving the farmers and always support them in their endeavours. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has welcomed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's announcement to repeal the 3 farm laws, saying the decision to repeal the 3 farm laws showed his sensitivity towards the welfare of the farmers. Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has welcomed the government's decision to repeal the 3 farm laws. He said that Prime Minister Modi's intention was to bring revolutionary changes in the lives of farmers. The Union Agriculture Minister also welcomed the decision to form a committee on zero budget farming, MSP and crop diversification issues. He emphasized that the government is committed to the welfare of farmers and the development of the agricultural sector. BJP President JP Nadda has welcomed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's announcement to repeal the 3 farm laws. Nadda said that the BJP wholeheartedly welcomed Prime Minister Modi's announcement, that too on the special day of Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Parkash Utsav. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath thanked Prime Minister Modi and welcomed his step to withdraw the farm laws. Adityanath said the laws had played a role in increasing the income of the farmers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Arjun Sahayak project in Mahoba district of UP today. These projects will help alleviate the issue of water shortage in the region and bring much needed relief to the farmers. Prime Minister Modi also inspected models of various development projects to be inaugurated in the district. The cumulative cost of these projects is more than 3,250 crore rupees. Later addressing the gathering, Prime Minister said that for the first time, the people of Bundelkhand are seeing the government working for their development. He said that previous governments did not get tired of looting UP. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today laid the foundation stone of 400 crore rupees Jhansi node project of the UP Defence Industrial Corridor at Jhansi in UP. Prime Minister also dedicates to the nation augmented reality powered electronic kiosk at the National War Memorial, New Delhi, which will enable visitors to pay floral homage to martyrs through the simple click of a button. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that this brave earth of Jhansi is witnessing Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav while the Samarth and Shashakt India is taking its shape. In his address, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that very soon the day will come when 90% of equipments of the country's defence requirements will be made in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Infinity Forum, a 2-day thought leadership forum on fintech on 3rd of December. The event is being hosted by International Financial Services Centres Authority. Indonesia, South Africa and the UK are partner countries in the first edition of the forum. Guru Nanak Jayanti or Guru Purab is being celebrated with religious fervour across India and the world today. President Ram Nath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted the people on the occasion. On the occasion of Guru Purab, devotees took dip in the holy pond and offered prayers at the Golden Temple in Amritsar. The day marks the birth of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. With the administration of over 72.94 lakh vaccine doses, India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has exceeded 115.23 crores. More than 129 crore vaccine doses have been provided to states as well as union territories so far through Government of India. India reported over 11,000 new cases during the last 24 hours. Active caseload stands at 1,26,620. Recovery rate currently stands at 98.28%, the highest since March 2020. Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia has called for cooperation and support of all stakeholders, particularly states as well as union territories, in strengthening the civil aviation sector. He said the sector contributes significantly to the economic development of the country. The Delhi High Court has restrained the Enforcement Directorate from taking coercive steps on properties worth 127 crore rupees it had attached from Rana Kapoor's group of companies. In Tamil Nadu, 9 people died in sleep after their house collapsed due to incessant rainfall in Parmambur, Vellore this morning. The deceased include 4 women, 4 children and a man. The injured have been rescued and were taken to hospital for treatment. The depression over southwest Bay of Bengal lay off North Tamil Nadu coast moved westwards. The Met Department has forecast moderate to heavy rains in isolated places in Chennai and northern districts during the next 24 hours. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu today paid tributes to former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi on her birth anniversary. The Vice President said that Indira Gandhi will be remembered for her contribution to nation building. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid tribute to Indira Gandhi on her birth anniversary. The India International Trade Fair, which is underway at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi, has been open for general public from today onwards. It will continue till 27th of this month. The theme of this year's fair is Atmanirbhar Bharat. On the second day of MSME Northeast Conclave, Union Minister for MSME Narayan Rane today launched the Special Credit Linked Capital Subsidy Scheme for Services Sector in Guwahati. The scheme has a provision of 25% capital subsidy for procurement of plant and machinery as well as service equipments. The Ministry of Panchayati Raj, in collaboration with Ministry of Tribal Affairs and National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, organized a one-day national conference on the Panchayats Act 1996 as a part of Azadi Amrit Mahotsav in New Delhi. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi today paid tribute to the great warrior queen Rani Lakshmi Bai on her birth anniversary. Prime Minister said Rani Lakshmi Bai has a special place in the history of India. The Indian stock, commodity and money markets remain shut on Friday, 19th of November 2021 on the account of Guru Nanak Jayanti. They will resume trading on Monday, which is 22nd of November. Gold futures maturing on 3rd of December 2021 stood at 49,199 rupees per 10 grams on Friday. The rate of silver futures maturing on 3rd of December 2021 stands at 66,401 rupees per kilogram. Petrol and diesel prices on Friday, November 19th remained constant. This was the 16th straight day that the prices of petrol and diesel were stable. Oil prices pushed higher Friday, continuing recent volatile trading. US crude futures traded 0.5% higher at $78.80 a barrel, while the Brent contract rose 0.5% to $81.64. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will lead a team of 7 secretaries from the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Corporate Affairs to discuss matters of development and growth of India's maiden International Financial Services Centre at Gift City, Gandhinagar tomorrow. Union Finance Minister will also be visiting key infrastructure facilities at Gift City and interacting with various stakeholders entities having presence in the IFSC. India registered a significant surge close to 15% in export of agricultural and processed food products in April-October period of current financial year 2021-22. The Wall Street benchmark closed on high note on Thursday. Both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq eked out record closing highs as investors focused on upbeat retail and technology earnings, which outshone hawkish inflation comments from a Federal Reserve policymaker. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 59.71 points to 35,871.34. The S&P 500 gained 15.9 points to 4,704.57, and the Nasdaq Composite added 72.14 points to 15,993.71. The US continues to remain the hardest hit from COVID-19 with a number of cases and fatalities. In United States, COVID-19 cases rises above 4 crore 83 lakh. The country's death toll from COVID-19 has surpassed 7 lakh 89,000. As COVID-19 cases spike in European Union countries, European Medicines Agency's head of biological health threats and vaccine strategy, Marco Cavalieri, expressed the need to continue vaccination drives in countries with low vaccination rates. France's President Emmanuel Macron paid tribute to the victims of COVID-19. The president also tried to improve his administration's relationship with the mayors of France and invited them to come as a nation. Meanwhile, in France, hundreds of people converged outside the Austrian embassy in Paris to protest against the leader's new restrictions, fearing that France might be next to reimpose curbs aimed at stemming the surge in new cases. Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel said that the country will limit public life in areas where hospitals are overflooded with the COVID-19 patients in a bid to tackle a very worrying fourth wave of the pandemic. Merkel said it is important to convince people to get a booster vaccination now. She appealed Germans to make a move now and make the decision for themselves. Meanwhile, the Netherlands has started providing booster shot of COVID-19 vaccine to its citizens. The government has also ordered a partial lockdown and reintroduced measures like wearing masks. New COVID-19 cases in South Korea remained above 3,000 for the third consecutive day on Friday, amid growing concern over the continued growth of critical cases and a shortage of medical resources. The Japanese government has decided to raise its daily arrival cap from the current 3,500 to 5,000 people starting 26th of November. Authorities in Japan have been relaxing some anti-coronavirus steps amid drops COVID cases. The Kremlin has denounced a resolution proposed by 2 US congressmen to end recognition of President Vladimir Putin when his current term ends in the year 2024 as an unacceptable and aggressive demonstration of official US meddling in Russia's internal affairs. Britain will proscribe Palestinian terrorist group Hamas as a terrorist organization, its interior ministry said, a move that would bring its position on Gaza's rulers in line with the United States and European Union. Hundreds of migrants are gathering in a warehouse in Bruski in the Belarusian Krotno region after they had left the camps on the Belarus-Poland border. Belarus authorities on Thursday cleared the main camps where migrants huddled at the border with Poland. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has said it is ready to further support allies affected by the Belarus migrant crisis, calling the situation on the border with Poland, Lithuania and Latvia deeply concerning. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin has accused the West of using the migrant crisis on the Belarusian-Polish border to apply more pressure on Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko. Germany said it will not take in refugees stranded on the Belarus-Polish border. German Interior Minister said if Germany takes in refugees, then this would mean implementing the very basis of the perfidious strategy. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, has said that at least 39 people have been killed by security forces in Sudan since 25th of October military coup, 15 of whom were reportedly shot dead on Wednesday. Making a renewed appeal for solidarity and funding, a top UN aid official said the international community must step up support to Madagascar, where more than 1 million people in the south are facing severe hunger. In US, the vote on President Joe Biden's $1.75 trillion social spending bill has been delayed in the House of Representatives after Republican House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy gave an hour-long circuitous speech. US President Joe Biden hosted Canadian and Mexican leaders at the White House for their first North American summit in 5 years. The meeting aimed at revitalizing regional cooperation but shadowed by economic tensions. The United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken revealed the Biden administration's areas of focus for improving relations with the African nations. During a speech in Abuja, Nigeria, Blinken highlighted the growing need for the US and African countries to work together. In Canada, authorities are still trying to reach 18,000 people stranded after floods and mudslides destroyed roads, houses and bridges in what could be the costliest natural disaster in the country's history. The downpour has blocked off entire towns in the province of British Columbia. In Mexico, hundreds of migrants gathered in the southern state of Chiapas near the border of Guatemala. Mexico says it has granted documents to allow more than 1,500 migrants and asylum seekers who began marching in a northbound caravan last month to stay and work in the country. Fishers in northeastern Japan have resumed catching abalone after a 2-year pause due to a decline in hauls. Abalone in Hirota Bay in Wate Prefecture. Fishing resumed on Wednesday for the first time in 3 seasons. Mammoth bones, skulls and an entire mammoth replica will be soon available for public viewing at the Paleontological Museum of Santa Lucia on the outskirts of Mexico City. More than 100 mammoth skeletons have been identified, spread across nearly 200 excavation sites. A rare copy of the US Constitution sold for $43.2 million at a Sotheby's auction on Thursday. The final bid of $41 million on the official first edition printed copy of the US Constitution was much higher than pre-auction estimate. The Constitution website said the funds raised will be kept in a wallet jointly controlled by 13 team members and would be returned for refunds if the group lost the auction. Britain's Prince William and his wife Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, attended the annual Royal Variety performance at London's Royal Albert Hall on Thursday. Catherine wore a long green sequin dress with Prince William sporting a velvet jacket. The Royal Variety performance is a charity gala raising money for people in the entertainment business in need of care. French wineovers washed away the misery of months of coronavirus social distancing as they welcome the La Bajola Novoa Ste Rave, which is celebrated every autumn on the 3rd Thursday of November. A wide range of designer handbags are going under the hammer at a Christie's auction this month, with some expected to fetch more than $1 lakh. Handbags online, the London edit is open for bidding until 23rd of November. Leading the lot is Hermes Birkin 20 matte Beton Alligator White Togo and Swift Leather Faubourg Cellier bag depicting the front of Hermes flagship Paris store in Rue de Faubourg Saint-Honore. Hundreds of whooper swans have flocked to the Yellow River Basin in Wollongong Autonomous County of China to spend winter. Whooper swan is a species under the second-class state protection and one of the highest flying birds in the world. The first direct China-Europe freight train service linking southwest China's Guizhou province and Russia's Moscow started service on Thursday. Loaded with goods, the inaugural train is expected to arrive in Vosino, Moscow on 3rd of December. An 11-month-old baby girl in North China's Hebei province has been riding the trend of the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics by experiencing the fun of snowboarding with her parents at a snow sports resort. A local resident captured mobile videos of a wild Siberian tiger walking on a public road in China's Arjun. A large wild Siberian tiger was walking, ignoring the vehicles following it. KRATHONG National Park successfully rescued 2 rare grey langurs. This is the first time that functional forces have rescued a male langur, especially meaningful for preserving rare genetic resources. This year's celebration of the annual KRATHONG festival will embrace the new normal lifestyle, as all visitors must show proof of 2 COVID vaccination jabs or COVID-19 negative test results for a test. Starbucks Japan is introducing rental cups on a trial basis to some stores in a bid to reduce waste. The rental cups are made of stainless steel and can be used for any drink. A flight carrying tourists from Seoul to Vietnam landed in Da Nang International Airport. They are the first group of the tourists to be welcomed in Vietnam, accelerating the hopes for boost in Vietnam's tourism industry. And that's all for now, but news continues here on DD India, so keep watching and tracking. Namaskar.